Hello and welcome. Tonight, we take a quiet walk into the past, into a world where evenings and nights unfolded slowly, and where darkness shaped daily life in ways that are almost unimaginable to us now. We will wander through ancient streets, from the last glow of dusk until the first soft light of dawn. Together, we will listen to the silence, watch as lamps are lit, smell the faint smoke of cooking fires, and notice the rhythm of a city at rest. This journey is not about battles, kings, or conquests. It is about the calm, ordinary hours after sunset. It is about what people did when the work of the day was done. So let us begin, and allow ourselves to sink into the slow heartbeat of history. The sun sets, and with it, the world begins to change. In ancient cities, there were no street lamps, no neon signs, and no flood of light. Instead, dusk brings a gradual softening. Shops close, wooden shutters are drawn with a heavy creak. Merchants fold away cloth awnings. The sound of coins, hammers, and voices fade, one by one. The streets that were crowded with noise just hours ago now grow quieter, emptier. Above, the sky deepens from golden to rose to purple, and finally to a soft indigo sprinkled with stars. The first faint lamps appear. A tavern keeper lights a torch near the doorway. A family lights an oil lamp inside their small courtyard. The light flickers, never steady, shadows moving with each breath of wind. Smoke from cooking fires rises, carrying with it the smell of bread, of grain porridge, of stewed vegetables or meat, depending on what the household can afford. The air is alive with scent, more noticeable now that the clamor of day is gone. For many, this is the calmest hour, the in-between time, not quite day and not fully night. Inside modest homes, families gather. The meal is rarely elaborate. Perhaps it is bread dipped into oil or broth. Perhaps lentils, beans, barley, or porridge. In wealthier households, roasted meat, fish, or fruit might appear. The warmth of the hearth draws people close. The flicker of flame softens the features of the family. They talk quietly about the harvest, about work, about neighbors. Children laugh softly, imitating the gestures of their elders, while older ones may sit silently, listening, absorbing the rhythm of adult voices. This is the hour of intimacy. The world outside grows dark, but here within these walls there is comfort. The day's worries are eased by food, by fire, by the presence of loved ones. In some neighborhoods, families eat outdoors in shared courtyards. Neighbors may pass by, offering a greeting or sharing food in a gesture of friendship. The air is filled with small pockets of human warmth, like glowing islands scattered across the city. Step outside, and you notice how the city transforms. The main roads may still hold movement. A traveler arriving late, a vendor selling the last of his goods, a group of friends heading toward a tavern. But the smaller alleys and lanes fall quiet. They are lit only by the moon, the stars, or the rare lantern hung outside a door. Shadows stretch long against stone walls. The ground still holds the warmth of the day, and animals settle into corners. Cats cleaning themselves, dogs curled near doorways, donkeys tied to posts, swishing their tails lazily. The sounds are gentler now. A distant lute being plucked, muffled voices drifting from a tavern, the clink of a clay cup on a wooden table. Sometimes you hear silence so complete that your own footsteps become startling. For the first time all day, the city seems to breathe slowly. Not everyone rests. Some continue, their labor well into the night. The innkeeper keeps his doors open, lanterns glowing, ready to welcome weary travelers. Taverns echo with low conversation, the laughter of those who choose to spend their evening drinking or listening to stories. Bathhouses, in some places, are still warm and steamy, their waters reflecting lamplight. But beyond these centers, night belongs to the watchmen. They patrol the streets with torches or oil lamps, their staffs tapping the ground as they walk. Their presence is both reassuring and cautionary. They are there to deter thieves, to prevent fires, and to keep order. The light of their torches moves slowly through the streets, a reminder that though the city sleeps, someone is awake, keeping watch. As the night deepens, households retreat further into silence. The hearth burns lower. Embers glow softly, sending thin threads of smoke into the air. Children are put to bed. Mats or low frames of wood are laid out, covered with straw, wool, or linen. People sleep in groups, families together in one room, servants nearby, sometimes animals in adjoining spaces. Privacy is rare, but comfort is found in closeness. Before lying down, many say prayers, whispering words to deities or ancestors, asking for protection through the night. Doors are bolted, shutters fastened. The city folds in on itself, preparing for rest. The sound of the city grows softer still. A cough in the distance, the bleat of a goat, a dog barking once, then silence again. Night is not empty, but it is sparse. The rhythm of hooves on cobblestones, echoing faintly. A water carrier making a late delivery. Wind moving gently across rooftops. The wings of a bird startled from its perch. To live in such a city is to know the value of silence. The night is not filled with engines, or with electric hums, or with constant light. It is slower, more fragile, more profound. People sleep lightly, aware of the world outside, and yet comforted by the shared quiet of thousands resting at the same time. By midnight, the streets are almost deserted. Those who remain outside are few. The watchman on his rounds. A healer summoned for someone sick. A mother packing with a restless child. A traveler delayed, still searching for shelter. The stars glow brighter, without modern light to obscure them. The moon casts shadows sharper than we are used to. The air cools and the scent of herbs, of earth, of water grows stronger. The city seems transformed into a different place, one of mystery and stillness, where every sound matters. Inside, people rest, though sleep itself is not always continuous. In many ancient societies, it was common to sleep in two parts: an early sleep, then a waking period around midnight, followed by a second sleep until dawn. During that middle waking, people might whisper prayers, sip water, or even talk quietly with one another before returning to rest. Dreams were seen as meaningful. Some believed they carried messages, guidance, or warnings. Others saw them simply as the wandering of the mind. In the darkness, without distraction, the imagination flourishes. The boundary between reality and dream feels thin. Eventually, the stillness begins to shift. The sky, once deep and black, grows lighter at the horizon. The first birds stir, their calls tentative. A rooster crows in the distance. Inside homes, sleepers begin to stir as well. A log is placed on the hearth to coax the embers back to flame. Doors are unbolted. Shutters creak open. The streets begin to fill again. A baker carrying bread, a farmer bringing produce, a child sent to fetch water. The world that was silent and hidden now opens itself to daylight once more. And so the cycle continues. Day gives way to night, night gives way to day. For the people of ancient cities, life was shaped not by electric clocks, but by the simple rhythm of the sun and moon. The night was a time of rest, of gathering, of reflection, and of silence. It was a pause in the endless labor of survival. As we walk back into our own time, we can carry with us a small piece of that quiet. A reminder that the night is not only darkness, but also peace. And perhaps, as you listen, you too can find rest just as they did long ago. Sleep well,